We're talking about, welcome to the Unpleasant Podcast. Fuck you. You're not even here. We're talking about rich people.
And the disconnect between the rich and poor and how they care about losing money.
Like, I think that you'd have to live at a sustained level of wealth for so long that it numbs your feelings towards other people. Because, like, when we went to Mexico, an all-inclusive resort, the workers live at the resort. So, like, they don't make that much, obviously. They're working in Mexico at a fucking... But they get to live there, and that's, like, to them, from what I heard, is, like, a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And all I was thinking about when they're bringing food and stuff is, like, this dude's in the hot-ass sun just delivering drinks nonstop all day, every day. Like, I felt bad.
Did they look confused giving you drinks?
They're like, he should be working with us.
That's what I'm saying.
Get back to cleaning the tables. No, but like, how do you operate without feeling kind of bad? Like, I don't think I could have somebody working inside my house, like cleaning and doing my laundry and shit, without feeling it.
I would just tip excessively for everything. If I'm at that place, I would just be super generous with the money. So if I have someone who stays home and is like ready for me at the door, and I walk in and they time my steps to try to get the shoes off of me, so I don't even have to feel like I took shoes off, I'm tipping that guy like $15. What?
15? That's exorbitant.
How much do you think he gets for taking shoes off?
My question is, how do you think it works where they're walking into their house and there's niggas taking their shoes off? Do you think it's that extreme?
That's a real thing. I
don't
make that up.
believe that for shit.
Okay.
I think you're being completely off kilter because you have no clue what it's like
Google
for the
it.
wealthy, because
I make more than you.
not in your childhood.
Childhood me is proud of adult me.
He's not.
How does childhood you feel?
He goes, you shouldn't have been hanging out with Cameron.
You know what I realized, dude?
What?
Every time you and I have ever had a tiff, which is rare, but like, you know, we like to squabble. It's just childhood us arguing. Adult us maybe was in it for like 5 minutes. The rest of it is just childhood us, dude.
How so?
Bumping heads. I don't know. I thought it sounded profound. But Google it. There's people who take your shoes off.
I don't believe that.
I'm not lying. It's a real thing, dude.
You ever just sit here and be like, I don't even want to fucking do this?
Bro, it's just we have to do so much to get to a point where this means anything to anybody. And that's hard.
It is. I feel like a fucking retard every time I turn the cameras on.
Yeah.
I don't. Who's this for?
I don't know.
Because it's not for me.
Like driving here once a week, I know I shouldn't complain, but it took me 40 minutes to get here today. Do for absolutely zero return. Because there's nothing there. You're not there.
Like, it just feels so like we're just imposing ourselves. No, but granted, you could easily click off of this.
Yeah.
But it just feels like putting content out is just imposing yourself on the masses. And it's awful.
Do you think that's how
I feel annoying.
Other creators feel too? Or it's just that we need to shift the way we're
I don't know
viewing?
how much. I'm sure some do, but I don't know how many people do.
Like Bad Friends is an example. Bobby Lee Andrew.
That's different because I think a comic will be more inclined to be self-reflective and be like questioning themselves. Whereas most people that have podcast equipment that do this, I don't think necessarily have that same feeling.
Yeah. We need to find a way to like... Okay, question. Do you think that if we had an audience, let's say we had 10,000 recurring listeners a month, nothing crazy, but just a little audience, would you feel differently about what we're doing?
I guess maybe. Because then if you think about it, you have some sort of community that you're entertaining, you're providing value to them to where they like enjoy it. If there's that many people, obviously there's There's just a time period, at least for us, who knows, where you have in between before you get there, where there's no track record of success that you have to just keep going,
Yeah.
and then you'll find out over time if that ends up being the case. So it could be one of those things where you're 300 episodes deep and nothing has changed, and then you're like, yeah, maybe I don't got it, but then also in the back of your head, you're like, you got to keep going because you've seen that picture of the nigga with the fucking pickaxe towards the diamonds, and he's just a pussy hair away, but he turned around. But then the other guy's going for it. He's going to get the diamonds. So
it also wouldn't be as sweet if we get there and it takes us 400 episodes to get to a normal audience. We're probably gonna appreciate it a lot more than otherwise.
yeah, but
Right?
yeah. I was driving by, I think, like a physical therapist office or something the other day on the freeway, and they had like a billboard. I don't know if it was a physical therapist. It was some sort of just kind of meaningless business that's always there, that always exists. You drive by. And I saw on the billboard, like, tune into our podcast for whatever. It's like a chiropractor has
Everyone.
and it's in like Everett. So it's
Yeah,
in the middle of nowhere. You have a podcast for why?
You think he has more listeners than us?
Probably. I mean, it's just, everyone has.
Yeah.
Why are there so many?
This dude who
And then why are we adding to it?
I think it's normal to feel that way. We just have to be selfish and keep going.
Just ignore all the signs and say fuck it and impose your will on everyone.
Yeah.
This to me feels like the equivalent of going to a bar to do stand up for an open mic on like a weeknight, and there's a baseball game on. And they turn off the TVs to start the open mic. That's what it feels like, where you're just forcing yourself on people that are not trying to deal with this, and now it's in their lives, not by choice. I hate those shows, and I hate this.
Dude, you know what?
What?
You're unpleasant today.
But it's good to question yourself sometimes and be like, what's the fucking point of all this?
There's nothing like sitting in a room with you while you're complaining about what we're actually doing in the moment with just pizza crust sitting in a bag on the ground.
No one can see that.
Why don't you eat the crust?
Because I was in a rush because we were about to record.
You ate everything but the crust.
I know, but it's also the hardest part because I didn't heat it up. So I was chewing a lot.
Yeah.
And to have to power through the toughest part of the bread.
But you're a good chewer.
I'm a munch. But
you're not
I
even
didn't
a
have it
fart.
in me. Huh. What is she famous for besides ass?
Even that, I don't. She's looking Irish,
What?
Asian, at the right angle. I'm trying to say she looks kind of retarded.
Because her music objectively is not that great.
Yeah.
Enough to where, like, if her face was removed, her image was removed, and it was just the music, it wouldn't pop off like that. It's primarily because of the way she looks, which is very interesting. That
Do you think she's hot?
there's yeah.
You'd hit, it sounds like.
I would not hit a thing. I am a happily
Get it
in
up.
a relationship-atory guy.
All right.
Would you?
No. I don't find her.
But you're dating.
I got a question for you though.
What?
Since you're in such a happy, committed relationship, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're not going to talk about Ice Spice like that because that's disrespectful.
Uh-huh.
If your girl really wanted you to get her name tatted, would you?
Fuck no.
Why?
Are you insane?
Why? You got all that other fucking scribble and shit on there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't add a loved one's name?
No.
Wow.
Why would I do that?
Says a lot. I don't know. Why would you do all of that?
Would you do it?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
If you do it in a heartbeat, then why won't you?
Just haven't popped up.
Getting somebody else's a relationship to if it's not a fucking dead person, then what's the point?
What's the point of getting a dead person?
In memory.
Why can't you
keeping their
celebrate
name
her while
alive.
she's here before she overdoses on beans?
I'm not saying. I think getting the name of somebody that you're in a relationship with
Yeah.
is absurd.
Okay.
That's one where 99% of the time you're gonna fuck yourself.
Even
over.
if you're blasted, like to me, if I see a dude who's just covered in tattoos and then he has names on him, that's kind of cool. It's a story. He loves hard.
Well, it's a thing where if you have more tattoos, they become less meaningful. Like I get not less meaningful, but less significant in what you put on your body if you're already covered in them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you do that and then it doesn't work out, then you're with the next person and they see Amanda tattooed on your fucking forearm, and you got to explain.
Well, they know that you love hard, and you can always get across.
And also, as the person dating the person getting the tattoo,
yeah,
you don't feel weird that they're so committed to you, like to the point where they're writing on
like
their
a red
skin.
flag. Yeah,
yeah.
But you're
that's
not.
weird.
Your situation is you've been with her for a long time, right? 4 years plus, right?
We could be together for 972 years,
No.
and I still would not put her name on my body. And
Okay.
I would expect the exact same goddamn thing from her.
That's fair. God forbid
She gets hit by a bus.
something happens, and you're not interested in Ice Spice even after. But would you get the name yadded on you?
No. Because,
Wow.
listen, so after...
Make this make sense.
Now you're going to make it dark. Uh-oh, the lights are closing in. There's dark,
Careful where you're
There's
taking
dark
this.
clouds afoot. It's about to start raining. Are you ready? Do you have on your raincoat?
I'm going to joke about it no matter what. Go.
After my first friend died,
Yeah.
I got one tatted, and then I got his initials tattooed to remember. And then another friend died. I was like, okay, come on. I can't keep doing this. And then if Natalie dies, it's like, brother, I can't.
You got like a
many.
fucking a clock and a Greek thing and a this and beads and J. Cole. You can't just keep getting fucking names and your girl who just a bus splattered her.
No.
Wow.
No, because then you got to also incorporate the price. And then how much it's going to hit. Because a name is small. So they're still going to charge a flat rate. $75 for just a name. It's
Probably higher now.
And then I got to think of other stuff to add on to make it worth my while for being there. And it's like,
Where would you put it?
That's another thing. I like my stuff blocked out. So I did a whole sleeve at once because I don't like the little one-offs or random places. So it all have to be together. The only other place would be somewhere in the upper arm region where I need to fill it out. And that sounds...
You wouldn't do like a collar, like a...
No, because then you take your shirt off. It's visible. And then you go to the beach. You're freshly single because your girl got splattered by a fucking greyhound. And then you're trying to hit on hot chicks.
But you don't...
Beach bodies. And you got a dead homie's name. How do you...
Calling your girl a dead homie is hilarious.
And then you're trying to hit on beach baddies with your girl's name etch-a-sketched on your shed?
Bro, you've been in a relation for a long time.
Uh-huh.
How would you, if you were single, how would you hit on a girl? Like, let's say you weren't intent on trying to initiate a conversation that would lead to something. How would you engage?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think you would do?
I have to freestyle this answer because I also don't know. But I would probably just say hi. I'm not like a pickup line type of person.
I just don't have. I completely would build the situation up in my head where I just go home. Like,
You do stand up in front of people.
I know, but there's times at the at the gym where like you'll catch somebody looking, and then you just one too many eye contacts. You're like, God, like there's this one girl now that she has a boyfriend that works out at the same gym, and we look pretty similar. But I still catch her looking, and every time I see it, I'm like, mother.
What do you think
God
she's
damn
looking
it.
at?
I don't know, but
Like,
it gets to
interested?
the point where it's upsetting because then I feel like I can't look around at the gym because sometimes
Is she
you just
attractive?
catch a random. She's okay.
How many strokes would you last in her?
That's crazy.
My bad. Yeah.
And then in my head I've built it up like go away, quit, let me just enjoy my time. And then that's within a relationship. But then imagine now I'm single, feral, eating off of paper plates.
You'll be
Just
shocked at.
psycho. Haven't done dishes in months on the stair stepper.
Yeah.
One girl keeps looking at me.
Yeah.
You can't approach.
Yeah.
I mean-
You wouldn't just say hi. I think you're pretty.
What do you do after that?
She's like, oh,
okay,
thank
okay,
you.
so do it to me.
I don't know. Okay, again, I'm not
I'm
claiming to be.
I know. I'm on the stair stepper. What?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me try and guess what you would like. Just going off of what I know of you, petite little Asian girl. And I look barely old enough to be legal. And I'm on the stair stepper.
I don't like that. Well, I don't like that.
And I'm on the stair stepper. I got my little Japanese fan.
Out of us two,
And,
I'm not the one that likes that.
Listen, I've been to Epstein Island a couple times, and I'm on the stair stepper. I'm going at a light pace enough to get a good workout in.
Yeah.
And you come up next to me, and you're trying to spit game. Go ahead.
I wouldn't talk to you if you're working out. It would have to be in like a transition.
Okay, I just got off the stair stepper. I'm about to towel off, and then I'm probably going to make my way out of the gym here in a second. I'm getting my bag together, got all my stuff.
I'd probably be like, I would do some stupid shit. Like, what kind of hand wraps are those? And she would go, I don't fucking have any hand wraps. And I would go, my bad. I just thought you were really pretty. Do you think that I could spend time in your like area around you, and if we went somewhere to eat, and I could just like watch you eat? Oh, I'll eat too, but could I watch you eat if we're talking? Just butcher it.
Just the idea of having to approach sounds so miserable.
Yeah.
Can you remember the last time that you've approached? Can you think of one, like just off the top of your head, like what you did?
I really am not the type to approach often. It would have to be
But you've
like
done it before.
probably.
So
It's just been
you don't
so
remember a single one?
not well. No. I honestly like if I have approached someone, it would be something like this for real. Like joking aside, I'd be like, "Hi," and if she says hi and looks at me and is just like not fucking trying to get away, I'd be like, "I'm not trying to be that guy. I think you're pretty. Would it be cool if I took you out to grab a coffee or some food?" Literally like that fucking simple. And if she's like open to it and she doesn't say I have a boyfriend, I'd be like, "Great. What was your name?" "Hi, I'm Cameron. How long have you been working out here? What'd you do today? What was your workout?" Like just bullshit to just get the number and then try to hang out.
So it sucks so bad.
I'm not good at it. I don't know.
I know. I'm
don't
not
know.
saying that you're. I'm not hating on you. I'm saying the situation
Mm-hmm.
sucks so bad.
For sure.
I remember
Just approaching a girl at the gym is such a like cliche. I feel like nowadays because of what some guys do, it limits our options as far as approach. Because you're immediately gonna get categorized as something. The key is you gotta be hot. If we're in shape, it'll probably be okay.
I've done it one time, and it was egregious, the eye contact. Like too much. It was obvious.
Okay.
So then, as I was leaving, I walked down the stairs to the gym. I was like, "Fuck, I gotta do this. I gotta
Be a man
come on,
sometime.
be a
Yeah.
man." I was in college. I was like, "Take a shot, man."
Wait, is this the picture I saw that Mike took of you talking to her?
Maybe.
I've seen this.
But then I went up and I approached and I did kind of what you're saying, and I just remember like shaking, like stage fright.
Yeah.
And then I went to coffee. I said the hard R on the date, and I was like, "All right, donezo."
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was young, wild, and free. I was letting it fly, and she didn't like it, so obviously not for me. And then my
are you
first date with
nervous on
Natalie,
first dates?
she said the hard R. No, I'm
Really?
kidding.
That's the one, bro. Because that is what you are.
What?
How many strokes did you last?
You know, you're a dirty saying piece of shit. You know
A
that?
dirty sand what?
Piece of shit.
Nothing else after sand?
No.
Don't itch your lip while you're trying to think of some shit.
No, I'm just.
Come up with something.
No.
Are you nervous on first dates?
At first, like
Yeah.
I get the feeling of not wanting to go.
How do you like break the ice? Like when you first start hanging out and now you're like, oh, fuck, the ball's in my court.
I don't know. I think that I'm kind of. It takes me a second to get acclimated, regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm first with people, I always feel kind of off, and then as time goes on, I'd like acclimate, and then everything's fine.
That's
But
probably
regardless of who it is, like I'll go to my mom's house, and I'm not just off the rip, just letting jokes fly. I'm just kind of
with your mom?
like I just got out the
Is
car.
it because you're
I'm like,
intimidated she's hot? What could be
No,
the reason?
Yeah, it
there?
would really only be like the first time I feel butterflies and be really nervous.
There we go, my sister. Why don't you step up as a man and actually go for it?
Because the long
You'd make a great brother-in-law. I love you.
Thank you. It's just the long distance, and she still hasn't graduated college yet. So it's like I need to know what her job path is and like figure out, is she gonna have a 401k? Is she gonna be fully vested? Like, cause I'm the prize, so I want to make sure that I have like everything that I need. Cause I need a 6-figure nigga with a nice car that can buy me my nails, and I don't know if she can do that yet.
That's funny. Your sister's pussy smells like an armpit. How many? You know, how many strokes do you think I'd last?
That's too much. I wouldn't say that about your ridiculously smart, intelligent, beautiful sister. I wouldn't say that about her.
Yeah.
Or the shrine I have in my closet.
I'd say it about yours on camera.
But I'll tell you this much.
Yeah.
When it comes to your family members, I would really love, like it would bring me a lot of joy to see how would I describe it? Just getting to feel the vibrations of your dad's brain rattling against his skull with a fucking uppercut. Just
Soccer.
like ping pong, like just one of those back and forths you see on YouTube, like ping, ping, ping. But that is just his brain. Like a
shaking, huh?
Yeah. It's like a salt shaker in a restaurant during a F5 tornado. Just all over the place.
I'm going to quickly pause this. I'm going to text you a video of giving me head.
Oh my God.
No.
I gotta bleep it. That's the... Oh my God.
On a different fucking note, I wrote down a question I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
You're out of all my friends, you're probably the most competitive.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking.
I thought it was a setup for something.
no.
I was waiting.
You're the most competitive.
Yes.
And over the years, I think, bro, the camera's not set. I think I'm more...
I understand this.
Okay. Over the years, I've noticed, obviously, you're a hothead when it comes to competition, whether it's Call of Duty, basketball, whatever. It's not that you're, like, insane, but you're you're trying to win.
Yes.
Has that ever... that's your natural inclination is to compete, I think, for a lot of things. Has that ever got in the way of you fully feeling happy for people you're close to's wins?
No.
Cool.
Because, one, a lot of times they're doing different stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, my closest people
Yeah.
are not in my realms of stuff that I'm doing. So like you're not doing stand up.
Right. Lucky for you, but yeah.
Not I wouldn't even fucking bat an eye following you at your best.
Okay.
I'd put you in the fucking dirt.
Whatever you say, man.
So one, there's no competition aspect because we're not going for the same thing, and also like I don't know, even for my friends that are doing the same thing, like I don't look at it as taking away, because I think from the competition aspect, when you're thinking of like a game or something, there's a winner and a loser. But I don't look at myself as losing if one of my friends is winning at whatever activity. It makes me happy for them, I'd say, more than anything.
That's awesome.
I think it only applies to meaningless stuff that for most people they don't give a fuck about.
If I like something happened, right, and I came up and then tomorrow I bought a McLaren, I'm assuming 90% of you would be super stoked about that. But would there be a percentage of you like, Jesus fuck, he just outdid? Like, do you think that way?
In that case, 90% of me would be wishing you wrapped it around a tree.
Yes.
And then I would do one of those little TikTok channels where I renovate the car back from its scraps and then drive it instead.
I think it's crazy how much you wish death on me when you know it would just destroy your sister. Like, she'd be devastated I'm gone. How's she going to fill that gap, that void, that
I would.
space?
I would think it's funny just so I could go to your funeral to see 7 people there.
But all 7, they'll be like, damn, he really impacted my life more than anyone.
Yeah, and then I'd do a speech and I'd bomb intentionally.
Quality over
I'd
quantity.
Just go, how about that airplane food? We miss them so much.
Isn't that just what you do normally?
Oh, that's funny.
Quality over quantity, brother.
That's funny.
I got 7 good ones. Your friends are going to show up and the one is going to be drunk. The other one's going to be gay and liberal.
The other one's going to be sports gambling.
One has fucking baby powder falling out of his shorts. You know them.
There's so many of my friends that are just obsessed with sports gambling stuff. It's bad. It makes everything less fun if you're not involved. Because I don't gamble on sports, but then every time I'm around them, they're always discussing a bet that they're making, or they did make, or they're like talk about a win or a loss, or whatever the fuck. And then you just can't relate at all.
Yeah. Do they bet on Kawhi Leonard?
Good shit. I'm glad that we learned how to play blackjack, though. That's the only ray of hope that I have. I talked to one of my friends that's a gambling degenerate piece of shit, liberal cuck, Fauci fuck nigga.
Yeah.
And
vax to the gills.
Yeah, vax to the fuck. He got all of the boosters, pussy.
Yeah.
And I asked him what's the most he won, because he plays blackjack. He said the most he won was $2,000 in a weekend.
Oh, wow. That's not bad.
That's stupid. But then also he's lost a couple hundred as well.
I'm sure, yeah. I think downloading the app. So what we did was we got together with our other friend and we decided to go to a brewery and play board games and also learn how to play blackjack, because we're going to Scottsdale and we're going to be going to casinos there. So we want to know something. And then when we left, he downloaded it first, but then we both downloaded apps to play and get better. I've lost everything. I've lost everything.
You lost everything?
Yeah, I was up like over 10K. I think I have like $400.
Oh, no. I told my friend that I downloaded the app.
Yeah.
He said he has the same exact app. He ran it up to 1 million and is down to 200. It's all fake money, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah,
could
be real though.
I'm somewhat trying to approach it with like a strategy of betting.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can apply that to real life, just with significantly less money.
Right.
In hopes of like leaving. I'm not gonna bet very much, but like hopefully I can leave in the green rather than just losing all my money.
As much as I've played, and I know I'm in the fucking red right now, I've won more than I've lost. I think. I've just lost big. What I mean is like I've won more times, but I've lost bigger. So if I just don't lose bigger, I'll be okay.
I think the issue comes down to fatigue. is small bet fatigue. You just get tired of doing little bets. You're like, fuck it. One big one. And then you lose and you're like, oh no.
Yep.
Immediately afterwards.
You go watch the free video, get 2,000.
Yeah. Like, I had one where my strategy was bet small, and then based on like thousands. So let's say I had 4,000, I bet like 250, and then once I get to 5,000, then I can do a big 1,000 bet. And if I keep winning, go until you lose, and then back to the 250s.
Yeah,
so like you're like you have chances for big runs, but like you're still betting with
climbing incrementally. And what I didn't do though, I hit 10K and bet 5.
Oh. Yeah, so I did that strategy, and then I did what you did, and then I get too fancy. I ended up making it to 50,000, but then accidentally hit. So in blackjack, you could split 2 hands and then play 2 hands at once, and I accidentally hit split and I did not mean to. So I bet half of the money I had, and I lost both of the hands, and I didn't actually mean to do it, and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Even though it's fake money, and then I got actually upset.
I have a question.
What?
How much do you think the most someone has spent in the fake blackjack app just buying coins?
Wait, you can buy coins?
Yeah, you can buy like money to fake gamble.
Oh, you have to be sick in the fucking head.
So imagine spending real money to fake gamble.
You have to be sick in the fucking head, because what can you can't buy anything with it.
No. So you're just buying to be able to keep playing.
That is insane if that really happens.
I'm sure it does. Dude.
I looked, you can't do it. I tried to buy an ad-free game. I was like, if they have the option for no ads, I'd like to do that instead of having to get an ad every hand. I was like running hands quick. I was picking it up. So I was like, come on. But you can't do it.
Dangerous for you.
But that was the most that I was willing to do. I'm not willing to buy coins if I run out.
Yeah. No, fuck. I mean,
also,
it's not
in
even
that
a
case,
question.
if you're going to spend the money, why would you not just spend it on a real life game?
That's why
I still am scared to go to a casino though, because it's different playing it in an app versus like you got to know the hand signs and like all the rules and like.
Brother, it's just so easy. Or my method is so easy. Can I tell you what it is?
What?
I have not paid attention to anything else, but if it's 16, over under 16, why can't I talk? Make me talk.
Holy fuck.
If it's over under 16, I'll hit. If it's under, I'll stand if it's over. That's it.
I know, but I'm saying like,
I don't do anything else.
You're sitting at a table with a bunch of strangers. This is your first time in a casino ever playing blackjack, and you're trying to remember like the proper hand signals and stuff, and then you got to actually count the cards. There's no app to do it for you, so you got to know what your hand is and all and you're betting for the first time.
What do you mean count the cards?
Like you have an ace and a 7, you got to do the math in your head of what it is.
But that's just happens like instant.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in that moment,
it's like basic little math. But
in the moment, it's going to be different for you because you haven't ever been there.
You're being a pussy.
You're saying that, but until that happens,
let's go gamble.
No,
pull out 1,000. Let's go gamble.
I'm scared.
I'm not trying to be too tough. I'm sure I'll choke, but
okay. So the first time you went golfing, did you not feel nervous?
No.
Really?
What's the worst that can happen during golf? I was more like, I'm gonna be ass, and that sucks.
I mean, nervous in the
but
sense
I didn't have
of
like nerves.
Some of the unknown rules, like entering the bunker low and then sweeping afterwards, and then like there's
honestly,
people watching. Like you don't feel any sort of like nerves around that
from people
about
watching.
What you don't know.
But that's like a performance type of thing, and this is just like.
So how is it not performance type of thing if you're at the casino?
Because I'm not
with
swinging
people around
something
you
and hitting a ball and trying to get it in a hole. I just have to go and do 7 + 6.
Fine, whatever.
But no, I'll probably be nervous.
No, you win.
Can I be honest with you? I've been contemplating suicide.
And I've been waiting on the day that you do it.
Really?
Yes. I went to the dentist this week.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
And so they had to redo fillings because I blew my tires out because it had been 3 years since I had been to the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've ever dealt with a bad dentist until this time. I could be wrong. I don't know good for what makes a good or bad dentist, but they had to numb my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I got hit top and bottom twice each. That's what I was nervous about was the needle. I wasn't nervous about the fillings or anything, but like
Where was it? Back or
in the back on both.
they couldn't just numb the whole nerve?
Well, the
Like
thing
one
is
shot.
they numbed the top and numbed the bottom.
Oh.
And I noticed when he did it, like for one, he was like shaking my lip
Yeah.
while he was doing the needle, and
Yeah.
I thought like maybe that's to balance out the, like get it to work in,
Sure.
whatever the. But then also, I'm pretty sure he was hitting me from multiple different angles
Yeah.
with the needle.
I've experienced that, yeah.
So like, and I couldn't feel it, but like I could just see his hand moving. I was like, "Is this nigga pricking me 72 times?" And then he did it on both the top and bottom, and then went back and did it again. And then after I was finished and I got home, my mouth hurt so bad, and I had never experienced that before. And I've had fillings done. I was like, that man must have actually just sat there and just fucking shanked my shit for 10 minutes.
You got your wisdom teeth removed?
Yeah. No, I mean,
They didn't numb you up
And-
like that before?
no, they put me under.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bro, I was awake.
What?
Fuck that. I wish I was put under.
Why would you choose that option?
I didn't want to go to sleep. Anesthesia's not good. I figured it's fine. Just numb me up. I made a mistake.
Could you feel it?
I couldn't feel it. They did a good job
So
of
you could
numbing
just
the
see
nerve.
it. What was and
I
hear
could
what was
hear it.
Yeah.
They had
Wait, what was
one
happening?
person just keeping my jaw in place so my jaw didn't break.
And then the dentist has both his feet up on your chair,
She. Yeah,
like
bro.
they're trying to start a lawnmower.
she's-
Just
and then you
ripping your
hear
shit.
like the rips and the cracks.
and
And I'm like, I had to keep telling myself it's not hurting. It's not hurting. But I wish I had something like headphones. The noise was the worst part. Yeah.
that is awful.
Yeah.
Good God, I'm so glad I was out then.
For
I don't
sure.
remember it at all. Like obviously because I was unconscious, but at one point I guess after they gave me the medicine,
They fucked you?
no, I hope so. They set me up one because usually you get to like count backwards from whatever, and then you get to try and stay awake. This motherfucker hit me with the like, we have the IV, we'll put the medicine in soon. It was already flowing,
Yeah.
so I just went out not knowing.
Yeah.
I didn't even get
It's
to
probably
try
good.
and fight it like a man. Like
Oh, yeah. I fight it till the very end.
that's what I wanted to at least attempt.
Yeah.
And then I woke up. Apparently, I had woken up, gotten in a wheelchair, and they wheeled me to another room. But I came to in the other room. And like I have no recollection of standing up and then getting in a chair.
It's kind of like getting knocked out. It's crazy.
I mean, who have you knocked out though?
Quite a few people.
What is quite a few?
Like, I would say under 15. Probably 15.
Over how many?
Over how many years?
No, you've knocked out 15 people.
Yeah, like in training, sparring. Like, I wouldn't say all of them were like like snoring, but there's been a couple concussions here or there. It happens when you spar hard.
15
Dude,
people.
it give or take more, maybe even. Bro, if you train for years,
don't believe you.
you don't think I've dropped people in sparring?
Not 15.
You think dropping someone is like uncommon in sparring? That
I mean,
happens like
not for
3
me,
times a
but
day.
like knowing you, I just don't see it
Yeah.
in you.
I'm not lying about
I
it.
saw you on
promise.
the punch machine. I was like, that wouldn't hurt a fly.
You were like, what the fuck just happened? That's
Nah.
an earthquake.
no.
I doubled your score. What the fuck?
You know,
What is this bullshit you're doing?
it's not impressive to me.
Even in like some of the real fights, like one of the real fights, I didn't knock him out, like rock him and then hop on him and keep hitting him. It was one shot. It was one
Yeah,
shot.
I
baby.
didn't rock him and keep hitting him. I rocked him, and then I got on top and I just started fucking his mouth.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
I do have a question for you.
Let's get to fucking
When it comes
segments
to
after
your
this.
when it comes to your neighbors,
Yeah.
do you have any neighbors that you're friends with, or do you prefer to solely just be neighbors?
I have neighbors that I'm more friendly with, but I would say I'm the type of person that just kind of want to do my own thing and be left alone.
So, do you know any of them by name?
I should. Like, I've got their name multiple times.
Do
but-
they know yours?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know theirs. Like, I don't know it. I should know it.
Yeah, nowadays I operate where I don't talk to any of my neighbors. I try and avoid eye contact if possible. Like I don't want to engage in any sort of way. But when I was a kid, we used to have like neighbors that we were friends with.
Yeah.
Like my very first friend ever was made by going across the street and like talking to them.
That's the one that.
No, he's still alive.
Oh.
What? No.
I thought it was.
No.
Thank you for
the darkness.
We all got
and then
friends that've been
my
wrapped around
parents,
stuff.
when they sold our house, my parents owned a house. How's that feel? Kick rocks, idiot.
They split.
I started off at a better spot and finished in a lower spot. I started in second and ended up in seventh. But when they sold our house, the people they sold it to had kids also, and then we would go back to the house that I used to live in and like hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being friends with your neighbors is so much more of a common thing that I don't think exists really at all anymore.
It's not it's not as normal anymore. One neighbor one time knocked on my door to ask for some spices, and I like just poured some in like a plastic baggie for them
and just threw it out
like ashes. I just let it out.
Like, do you see kids playing outside anymore? Often.
To be fair though, bro, we live in pretty populated areas. I think if you went to like a more rural space, you'd see kids playing around. I'm not gonna see kids in U District fucking.
I don't see very many kids ever around here.
Linwood?
This is come on,
bro.
Go ahead and get your jokes off. But you live in Seattle, so it's just a rat's nest. Niggas stacked on top of each other. Cars getting broken into, fires, explosions, homeless people, bombs, grenades.
It's
everything.
so much better here, where
stuff.
it's just as violent, but super far away.
Where's
from
the
everything.
violence? It's completely quiet.
This neighborhood is completely quiet.
Yes.
Linwood.
Have you ever looked at the rates? You're saying a city, and then when I'm going, this neighborhood is quiet. Because there's bad parts of every city, right?
And you're in the worst part of Linwood.
Why is it quiet and there's no violence is what I'm saying.
Because you don't make eye contact with anyone, so you don't see all
the murder around.
You're trying.
I'm doing my best. I saw kids playing outside the other day. Our neighbors have kids. Luckily, we don't fucking hear them, because if we did, I'd deck those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But they're outside playing like one of the hot days with water balloons. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen some shit like that in so long. Like, no kids outside riding their bikes or scooters or anything.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is sad. I was thinking about something similar the other day, and I was telling Tracy about it. When I had moved to Courtside, there was this kid named Chris, and his dad would come like always hang out with us and play with us.
Naked.
Sure. And it was like 5 of us. It was like me, Jesse, Hussein, and we would go line up against one of the white garages, and he would grab a real football and we played dodgeball, and he would this dad would just spike at us with the ball, and we'd have to try to dodge it. And the noise it would make when it would hit the garage was it was so scary. But things like that, like water gun fights, dodgeball, that stuff, right? That's childhood stuff.
I'm dying at because the neighborhood you lived in was poor.
That was a good place.
So just hearing the games that you guys were playing are just like, hey, we drop a rock off of a 7th floor balcony and see if it gives our friends brain damage. You guys play poor people games that are dangerous.
Yeah.
Like the hoodlums you were. Me and my friends had tea parties and we'd kiss.
How many strokes would you last?
Oh, all right. I did see a tweet where someone was like, you never see kids with like an arm cast anymore. Which is true. You never see that because kids don't fucking go outside.
Yeah.
Which is also, I say this like, oh my God, the children. Whereas there's a lot of times where I get stuck behind a bus around here and I'm like, why the fuck do they take so many stops? Throw these little fucks off. Keep the shit rolling.
You are one of the type
kids,
of people.
but at the same time, I'm like, Why don't they play?
You are one of the type of people to grow up and be like, kids suck. I hate them.
do. Do you not? What?
What do you mean? Like how?
They're just
You used to be one.
I know.
This is how it works.
That doesn't mean you can't. So you don't look at some pictures of yourself in the past and be like, God, I hate that guy.
What does that have to do with kids just being
You can't
kids?
hate what you were. I'm winning these arguments today.
You could hate what you were, but you can't hate what other people.
Yeah,
like
why?
Why you just hate? Just hate.
Why? You can't
Spreading
hate stuff that you were in a phase of?
So you just blanket hate kids?
Time out. So let's say you go to a movie theater, huh? You're trying to watch a movie. There's some high school kids just making noise because they can to be daring and shit. We used to do that. Does that not piss you off now? Are you not like, shut the fuck up? You are. You do
right
it.
Answer.
You hate
the
it.
right answer is for me to agree with you, but the answer I'm gonna give is like, nah, let them live,
Fuck
dude.
you.
Life is short.
Fuck you. You hate it. You're allowed to hate kids. They're spatially unaware. They're fucking loud. They cry.
Yeah.
Shut up, little nigga. Shut up.
It's like the extremes, right? Either you're annoying if you're too young or you're annoying if you're too old. It's in the middle where you have a chance at being decent.
Well, because me and Allie sometimes, like, we'll go to the mall and just look at, like, go window shopping. And then that's where some of the kids congregate. And I'm like, oh, remember when we were in fucking, I don't know. It's where they hang out.
The kid.
And you just see like a girl in a spaghetti tube top, whatever the fuck. It's winter. And you're like, that's exactly what we used to do. Fuck the weather. The outfit is cool. And then you look at them, you're like, you look at you looking like an idiot. Or they're in the way, they're loud, they're doing TikToks and all, they're dancing up and down, and this is America.
I just had a thought. I wonder what we would do as a civilization if all of us, blanket, every human on earth lost the ability to have kids now.
What we would do.
Yeah, like what would change if we knew that no one could have kids moving forward starting now? Like this is it. That's so scary.
Would you live your life any differently?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think I would. Because
knowing that
I'm not planning on having these niggas anyway. So it doesn't affect me knowing that there's not going to be a generation like after me if I'm not going to be here.
Knowing that there's just no more. It's over.
It would.
That's scary.
It would be scary if you're a kid, I think, to know that like you're the last.
Yeah.
Like if you're 8 and you know that when you're 80, there's going to be only people your age.
Bro.
That would be scary.
It's horrifying.
Scary for them. For us, we'd be fine.
I guess. I feel like a lot of more people would try to be scientists and figure out cloning, and like we'd go in a whole different direction and try to.
Isn't that happening in China and shit though? Like not the cloning, but the lack of kids because they would just throw the female kids in the trash or whatever.
I don't know about China. I know it's a thing in Japan. There's like tax. You can have like the first kid tax free, but the second kid is like heavily taxed. Or not in Japan anymore.
I thought that was in
Where
China.
was that? China?
I'm pretty sure.
China. Yeah.
Because I'm basing it based off of population. From what I remember. And from what I remember is not a lot.
You know, the last like probably 20 minutes, they're bored to death.
Who gives a fuck?
No, that's why they're not here. That's why they're not here anymore.
No. Who gives a fuck?
If you were more present in our lives, we'd care. Point blank, period. Let's do some goddamn current events for all the people who couldn't give a fuck.
Can you not send a text?
My bad, G.
So it's getting bad for Diddy. The Diddler, he's going down.
We know who was outside of my sister's house.
They raided his houses in Miami, New York, and California. It's over for him. They took documents. They found his plane. They took blackmail photos and videos from there. All of his houses have hidden cameras. It's nasty work. It's getting exposed day by day. We see that his downfall is coming. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. It's over. The Harvey Weinstein of rap, huh?
I just don't understand what it is with any person like high profile that's well established. What is their obsession with like underage kid? Like, what is the? I don't get why that is the thing to do.
I'm not defending him in any fucking way. He's clearly up to no good. But the charge, like, of sex trafficking is such a vague charge. Like, you could literally have some people in your car and, like, travel somewhere, and they...
I know, but
like,
aside
it's
from
just
that, like, for, like, the court documents...
Was there any kids involved in this?
I read on Twitter and did not do any further research on. They just mentioned the presence of sex workers and underage minors and stuff, and like trying to.
I didn't see minors.
Even his sons were in on it, I guess.
Family
Which
business.
is crazy to me that like your kids now even are doing heinous acts just like you are.
Yeah.
I think what I was looking at was the first lawsuit. It was the producer that was working on stuff,
Yes.
and then Diddy pressured him into trying to like get him to have gay sex and shit, and then he sued, and then there's that lawsuit, but then there's also the charge of sex trafficking, which I think is separate.
Yeah. Would you sue if I try to have gay sex with you?
Depends on how hard you pushed it.
Pushed shit?
Yeah.
Like, is it?
Yeah,
is
so
it-
how hard you pound my ass is dependent on if I press charges.
So if I make love to you, we're cool.
Yeah,
It's kosher?
Yeah. You make sweet, sweet love, then we're good. But if you're just fucking me and using me, then
Yeah.
I'm calling the police.
I feel that. I just pictured railing you.
This whole thing is crazy, and it also brings into question anybody that's ever had a relationship with him.
Yeah.
Like, because now people have been going on and posting pictures of like who he's been around,
Yeah.
and just trying to use it to tarnish him. So like, there's a picture of LeBron walking away from, or Michael Jordan walking away from Diddy, and then there's a video of LeBron being like, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
Yes.
And
I
they're
saw
using it in the LeBron versus MJ debate. I'm like, see, look, MJ walked away.
that. There's
Like,
another
this
video
is insane.
that went viral on this is Diddy and Mike Tyson on a talk show. And Diddy's kind of like sitting like this next to Mike on a chair with his hand like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's anything it's not, but his hand is oddly close to Mike's leg. And Mike, like, in the middle of the thing as he's talking, he like gets irritated about something and grabs Diddy's arm in front of like everybody, puts it back on his lap, and then scoots away and faces this way. So, like, if he is a diddler, as people are claiming, for him to make an attempt at just rubbing up on the side of
at the
Mike
time, the
Tyson,
scariest man on earth.
eat your kids guy, that's crazy.
Bro, I saw that separate from Diddy, but Mike Tyson. I saw that old clip where somebody said put him in a straitjacket in the weigh-in, and then Mike goes off on him. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to say it."
Say it.
It's like, "Oh, you in front of your family, you," like just going crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a real man. You couldn't touch me. You wouldn't even dare to get close to me.
I'll fuck you
Like-
till you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was so scary to where, like, you know what he's saying is true.
Yeah.
And you could not stop it, even if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, as that guy, what are you feeling? I'm just...
With his broken childhood, I think he felt a lot of like...
No, I'm saying the
Right.
guy that said something.
like-
and Mike's response is that to you. You
Dude,
gotta shut up.
that's
Like,
so
you
scary.
gotta sit there quietly at that point and hope he doesn't lose his...
What's cool, too, back then, there was no MMA, so there was still like... This,
Back in the good times.
there's still this aura around people who did fight or did compete. There was like this like
Yeah.
godly like I don't know. How to
It's so
explain it.
much better without Jose Aldo getting knocked out.
Dude,
in
he's back.
13 seconds.
Speaking of knockouts and punches, there's this guy in New York who was going around apparently just punching a bunch of random women. And
It's not random. It was all white.
okay, white. No, I think there was a
No, he was just
all white?
punching white bitches.
So all these videos have been going viral on TikTok where these girls, it's funny. There's these girls who will like pull up a video and they just have like a bonk on their head. And he somehow aims in a way where I know one person had a concussion, but most of them are like fine. They just have a bonk.
He got arrested.
They finally caught him.
And he's the great-great-grandson of Marcus Garvey.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me read you his name, and I want you to tell me if you think he's guilty or not, if this is the guy that did it, because they're not 100% sure.
Okay.
Just based off his name. On Wednesday, police arrested 40-year-old Skiboki Stora. Read that name.
Skiboki. Skiboky. Skiboki.
He's guilty.
Skiboki.
He's guilty.
It's a fun name to say.
Yeah.
But when
As soon as I heard
when
the name, he's
see
guilty.
that name on paper, it makes me think he is wearing a collared button-up shirt, like a old Massimo shirt, and it's still wet from the fucking raft he floated in on, just to start knocking white bitches out. That's what he did.
That's so funny. Yeah. I mean, what do you think happened to him for him to start going on just like a single bonk?
Obviously,
rampage?
you're crazy if you're just decided randomly that's the path you're going to take. I think he also ran for like political office, like trying to be governor or something.
Skiboki.
Like governor or mayor or whatever the fuck. Like he's obviously you're
Off. Yeah. He's mentally off. No one does that if they're sane. But do you think there was anything that triggered his behavior to start just bonking random girls?
I don't know. I kind of felt like doing that during the whole NFL thing, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing. I was like, maybe I should start just hitting no-ass white women. So
I thought about doing that.
There's some things that inspire it, but
Just the though.
wow. All right. God
Sorry.
damn it.
I get one every now and then. You got.
Speaking of absolutely insane people,
Yeah.
the whole bridge collapse thing in Baltimore,
Yeah.
I don't have the energy for this. I don't.
You've seen some of the conspiracies as to what happened. Tell them what happened.
A giant shipping rig hit
The bridge.
a bridge, and
And then-
that's like a mile-long bridge, and it collapsed, and then
in a really short period of time.
did
I
you
think it was
see
like 9
how
minutes or
big
so.
the ship was?
It didn't look that big to me.
It was 973 feet long.
It's like whatever.
You saw the bridge.
Yeah.
It's a small little bridge.
Yeah, but how could a ship knock down a whole bridge? You don't think it was Mothman at all? Have you seen that?
This is what is crazy, where like there's people that don't know anything of what they're saying, arguing with engineers and shit about the structure of bridges, and then their conspiracy theory and all this stuff.
It made me realize in this country, 9/11 is an example. Alhamdulillah.
What the fuck? What?
I'm making a goddamn point.
No. What did that have to do with your point?
Well, my point is that whenever a building or a structure collapses, people go in fucking conspiracy mode. They act like they're engineers.
That's-
Alhamdulillah.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Coming from you.
What do you mean?
Just don't get on a plane anytime soon.
Hungry.
Fucking great. No, but one of my friends sent me an article about like the black box recording is missing for like a minute and a half before it made impact. I'm like, why do I care either way? If it was true or not, if it was some bullshit going on behind the scenes, what does it matter to me?
Yeah.
I live in Washington.
What's your point?
Why care? That's my point.
Yeah.
Is like there's people spending time looking into conspiracies and all this stuff and having arguments and debates over some shit that doesn't impact your day-to-day life in the fucking slightest.
What's your point?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, no, I think you're making a fair case, but it's just fun for people to speculate or seem like they have a leg up on someone else as far as insight is concerned. Like 9/11 is a good one for people to like come up with conspiracies because they targeted the World Trade Center. They went for the Pentagon too. That plane didn't make it. And then the day before, I forget who the person was that announced that there's trillions of dollars unaccounted for. And the department in the building that got hit was the one who was doing the accounting doing the audit to figure out where the money was. There's so much shit going on there that's real and that's like interesting to but a fucking bridge fell because a big ship hit it. It bonked it.
Yeah.
Bonk a bridge, it falls.
Bonk a bridge.
I'm not an engineer, but if you
bonk a bridge or a white bitch, they fall. Yeah, and you know what the ship's name was? Skadooby. Brother Fauci. Oh my God.
I heard if you drive a Tesla and you get waxed, you can grow a pussy. Ever since I started driving this thing, I've been doing the splits every time I'm just hanging out somewhere. My legs just slowly drift apart.
I heard to get the car to start, you have to sit on the parking brake and then and clench to bring it down.
Yep. One of the prerequisites to buying, they do a credit check and they have to make sure you get offended easily.
Have you done the shit? Because it goes 0 to 60 super fast. Have you peeled off on that bitch?
Yeah. Yeah. That part is fun. It's just too techy. That's the thing. It's fun weaving through traffic, and this one has the autopilot.
Uh-huh.
I am horrified of it.
Oh, the autopilot?
Yeah. It's scary as fuck. I'll turn it on the freeway, and it just takes over.
Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, because you haven't done it.
No, you're in a car that's going 65 miles an hour.
And you don't have your hands, you're not used to it.
It's horrifying.
I would feel like I would only use it really in stop and go traffic. Yeah. So if I'm on the freeway and we're just stuck waiting, I want to be on my phone or whatever. That's when I'd be like, okay, you got it. Mm-hmm. Not otherwise. I personally, maybe I'm just an old fucking old timey, old fashioned, but I like to drive.
Yeah.
I don't think the tech is caught up enough where I feel safe. Like it's more safe than me driving.
Yeah.
Which it could be statistically, but it doesn't feel like it at this point.
I don't know. But I couldn't do it for too long. And it makes you put your hand back on the wheel so you're showing that you're alert. But
which is so stupid
seeing
because
the wheel
you got to hold the wheel for it not to drive. For why?
Just in case. And I read a thing about how the car, if it's about to crash, right before it crashes, it'll turn off the autopilot so that you can't claim that the autopilot caused you to crash. So, like, you could be something happens right before the autopilot just shut off.
So the computer will be like, beep, bop, boop, nigga, I fucked up. And then you just...
Say that again.
Beep, bop, boop, nigga, it needs more of a... I got to work on my voices. All right.
I shit myself earlier today. I'm not even trying to be funny.
How?
I got done shitting, and I stood up, and then I farted, and I shit between my butt cheeks, and I sat right back. Huh. It's all those. It's all those Ozempic, bro.
Ew.
It's moving the shit.
Did you not just take a shower after that?
Yeah, I wiped first.
Okay.
What I could.
I feel like there's certain instances where it's just too much of a mess.
If your crack is closed and there's shit,
okay,
and you haven't wiped, you got to shower. Our listeners can handle it. They're not there. There's no one hearing to be grossed out.
Yeah, I think there's certain instances where you know that a mess is too big to clean up, so it's best to just take a shower and start from scratch.
Yeah, you want to know you're good. Anytime I wipe and my finger breaks through the paper, I'll go wash the rest of my body, but not that finger.
Oh yeah, you got to keep it authentic, keep it fresh. Yeah. It's like when you shake a celebrity's hand, you're like, I'll never wash his hand again. Only it's your shit.
Yep. And even if you can't see it, if you just get under the nail enough, you can smell it.
I really hope that my girlfriend's parents listen to my...
What do you think your girl's shit smells like? Still shit?
All right, and that's our episode, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Oh my God.
Tell us how many strokes you'd last and if you take Ozempic and you're pricked up.
Bye.